We discuss regarding services. Means the role of employee in the customers.
Bonding span roles, higher customer participation clear, cut definitions of customer jobs, mining variety of customer profiles, dealing with the difficult customer. First is the educational and background training and educational of customer, targeting the choosing segment, customer retention strategy, introductions, the integrity and inspirativity factors of service make the people involved in the service the most critical and important. More and more service firms are discovering that this is the unable for this to competitive advantage and definitions for the internal customers and the external customer play a vital role in a service delivery. This unit discuss the role of people in service organizations. This unit would include customers as well employees to discuss the service delivery process. Last, this unit provide overview of dealing with difficult customers. In this main objectives realize the importance of service provider. Second, describe the boundaries and roles of service organization employees. Third, identify the different roles that internal customers play in a service firm. Explain the role of customers in service delivery. Know how difficult the customers are default with people in service. Many service organizations involve their personal both at the point of functional delivery and during the productions process that does not involve the final customer. Thus, the service professional personnel I have an important role in not only designing the service but also in delivering it. Many service involve consumer as to co-production in designing the service often also their involved performs role of our employees and our internal customers. Partly due to its characteristics of inability, inseparability, and variability, people have become one of the most important strategy variables. They therefore are the main determinators for the service firm. This could be two service organizations in the same business positions having the advantage of the same equipment, technology, and competitive goods. In India, Jet Airways compared to the state-owned airlines and other private players came in later in service than most other domestic players. They lead reasons for the above airlines to the successfully is the same. High quality international customers, some of the ways in which the internal customers can contribute to unique and positive definitions of the service firm are communicability. The term internal customer includes employees of the service firm, channel partners like direct sales agents, retailers, Chinese and business process outsource. Uh, a better skill and a trained internal customer would be able to communicate better with the external customer. First is transactions consistency. Transactions is a highly trained and skilled provider will be able to deliver a high quality service. The quality of transactions will have a minimal service features, and if there are such unfortunate insights, then there will be scope for swift service recoveries. See, only a high-trained candidate of internal customers would be able to consistently deliver this service at all levels and at all times. The competency is not only the individual provider performs boundary spanning roles. The service providers are unique in the sense that they are constantly interacting with their internal as well as external environment. The receive information from the external non-members of the service organizations and transfer them inside for to react and respond positively in future. They also interact with the outside world as representatives of the service firm, almost as its spokespersons. Is there only one type of provider who has boundary scanning roles? The answer is no. In the service industry, internal customer range from beginning professionals to non-professionals. The implications is that in a service firm, non-professionals have the roles of information transmitter as well as the representing the service organizations. Even the professional internal customer also the same mentals. First is the information transmitter and representative of firms. Second is a different roles play at internal customers. The mention in the previous sections by virtue of depends on people. Internal customers play two variety of roles that sketch behind the expected boundaries. Analysis of the four groups and the economics roles will be able also the importance of the people factor to the following. First is the efficiency and effectiveness of the service firm, customer responsiveness, the image and positioning of the firm, especially fair is lacking and any relevant tangibility to service their firm, the major part of definitions of the service firm. Third, opportunity to create additional value as Singapore Airlines having successfully adapted. The four groups of roles: first group is conductor, modifiers, influencer, and associated. Understanding and mining customers. Uh, Self-service enables with technology user. First is e-commerce, especially internet-based shopping, which includes mechanized browsing and payments, automated filing of income tax and other legal claims, Belgian Airlines reservations, also known as tickets, online trading and recommendations, the auctions, participations and payments, ATMs, distance education, tracking of package, tracking of banks, accounts and transactions, internet information search, interactive voice response system. High customer participation. The alternate motive of the service marketers to get customer participation is to increase productivity, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Simultaneously, the goal is to reduce cost and uncertainty that comes from unpredictable customer behavior. The service market can adopt the following strategy to make the customer come forward and participate more in the service delivery process. Clear-cut definitions of customer job. The customer participation begins with the inseparably concept. His is in thereby play a board ride in a hospital for treatment. A higher degree of participations come in the form of volunteering informations. Maximum participation come in the form of customers co-purchasing the service, often carrying out the instructions and suggestions of the service provider to achieve the desired goals. Mining variety of customer profiles, service marketers are challenged during their service delivery when handling groups of customers like in a restaurant, airlines flight, or consider in tourism. The customers come from different backgrounds having different needs and characteristics. These alone makes the service marketers orient more towards customers and be always from centralization adding to the challenge of mass customizations in the fact that the groups of customers tend to interact among themselves, influencing each other experience of the service. Customer education and training and appreciations. Customers should be regulated with clear-cut role descriptions and their conventions of the same. They can then be done with instructions on what their script and action should be. Dealing with the difficult customers, the quality of service condition supervising depends on the characteristics and needs of the customers. First is education and background, like professional skills, experience, family background, social circle. A customer who is a professional like a charter account will be in a better position to understand the saving account opening norms in a bank than an literate farmer. The more attitude and personality of the customer, which might prevent a smooth service transactions. Service conditions and the quality of service delivery depend a lot on both the provider and the customers carry out their roles seamlessly as designed by the blueprints of operations by it can to get extend the possible to manage the quality of the performance of the internal customers. It becomes a challenge to extract uh, complete behavior from the customers. The customers of the same service from and offer are different from each other due to the following. First, a different background of education, family, occupations, income, different skills, attitudes, and aptitudes, different moods, experience, awareness, and prescriptions which is attended in the following ways. First way is the training and educations of the customer, and second is the choosing the appropriate signatures of the customer that are described and management by the service marketer. Training and educations of customer, as I mentioned, therefore, airline staff need and give verbal instructions on flight safety procedure before takeoff to the passengers package. Tour operators give details, instructions, booklets, and other information provided to their customers and make them see sign many conduct and disclaimers. Targeting the chosen signal, Citibank took the lead, followed by the foreign banks and then later by the most private banks to keep a high minimum balance, maintaining causes for its accounts holder. Customer retention strategy. The service marketer can attempt four types of bonding with customers. First is the financial bonds, social bonds, customized bonds, and structural bonds. Financial bonds, though favorable pricing and incentives, social bonds be way of personal and enduring relationship. Customized bonds, the mass customization forwards and anticipation. Structure bond, join, involvement, and integrated system. In this chapter, service organizations should be observed to be relatively different in their approach to customer service and honestly in service delivery. A better skill and trained internal customer would be able to communicate better with the external customer. Everyone seems to possess the same high skill unfortunately that it hard for the customer to detect and change in the service delivery. This goes a long way in putting the customer in comfort zones preventing him from having any feeling of fear, anxiety, or discounts. The internal customers play various roles in an organization's contract modifiers, includes and associated. By making the customer participate in the service delivery process, the service firms harvest both benefits and challenge. The firms benefits from share cost effect and is able to make do with lesser service personnel. The motive of the service marketer to get customer participation is to increase productivity, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Similarly, to goal is to reduce cost and certainly that comes from unpredictable customer behavior. Physical events. What is mean by physical events? First is service events. Types of service events, and marketing management physical events. Locative, prescriptive, atmospheric, and image prescriptive, operational prescriptive, consumer use prescriptive, contact personal prescriptive, managing physical events as a strategy. Corporate visions, missions, and goal, corporate strategy, clarify also service scale and the service scales. Customer response. Entangled natures of service make the organization custom very difficult in case of service. However, service providers handle these situations by providing some tools to make service offer more tangible and these are to evaluate another characteristics of service that affect the physical environment of service in integrated physical events communication with the customer along with the other aspect of service marketing needs and needs to be managed carefully. This we discuss the physical events in case of service role of service events in marketing strategy is also one of the point in this unit. This unit also discuss the management of physical events in case of service. Use objective. Understand the concept of physical events. Identify the types of physical events in service. Ensuring the role of service events in marketing strategy. Structures the important physical events in the management of service. Physical events, service customers experience a greater pessimism as they cannot trade a particular service until it is a customized. Therefore, service providers should try to attach an elements of tangibility to their service. Offering the physical events can be in any from, for example, brochure or TV commercial showing the details of a whole reading distributions print and categorize behavior of the service personnel in the bank, the locations and convenience of a food outlet, etc. Customer is so since physical events in terms of events. Now, service events is it is another factor that improves customers' expectations about a service. The integrability tactics of service makes customer look for evidence of the service in very in conditions with the service provider. Therefore, service provider must manage even the many tangible things associated with their service, as customer will have certain descriptions about the events of the service on the basics of this use. Types of service events. Regarding to purchase decisions, customer often try to access the service event with the help of tangible clues like the service of person. The physical events, mm, services events following types, service personal, types of service event, service personal, process of service delivery, physical environment, service events and marketing, service events supports the marketing strategy of a service organization by shaping the first impressions of customers, managing their trust in the service provider, facilitating quality service, providing a sensory simulations to customers, changing the image of the service organization and restoring the service philosophy in the employees of the service provider. Shaping the first impressions of the customer, mining the trust of the customer, facilitating quality service, providing a solutions to customer, changing the image of service organization, instilling the service philosophy in the employees of the service provider. While the physical events comprise of a number of factors, each of which has to bearing on the customer's expectations of the service provider. Service are intangible, but they are combined of the physical object that cannot be categorized as true product elements. The benefits of this object is that they verify the essence or completions of a service, whereas a true product never require events. For example, when traveling by Ola Curve, message sent from Ola confirm the service that Curve arranged is going to provide and service as an events of service. Uh, Peripheral events. According to Tulio and forget the different board categories to be considered while designing the physical events for a servicer. First is the location prescriptive, atmospheric and image prescriptive, operational prescriptive, customer and use prescriptive, contract personal prescriptive. Location of prescriptive means one of the most important physical events affecting service in the locations of the service provider or the facility from which the service is to be provided. For example, ATM is one of the locations of delivering banking service. The strategy locations does most of the work of the service provided. especially in the hospitality sector, retail outlets, banking service, and other service industry. Second, atmospheric and image perspective. This includes the controllable factors of the internal and external environment that influence the customers. Customer use whatever viewer are available in the service skips to draw their descriptions of the service to be provided, and hence the atmosphere plays an important role in influencing customer into prescriptions. First is the layout decor signage MNS. Operational perspective. These includes both the productions and delivery of service. Service are expense and therefore require the customer to be present at the time of service delivery. The service kit in such a sensor and various factor, equipment, sense for use of technology, clean lines, customer perspective. This except focus on the degree on to which service is designed around the customer rather than the operation. This include factors as explained in this section. Billing settlement this involved to the case of understanding, for example, a mobile service bill as a number of sections such as SMS charge, incoming calls, roaming charge, data charge, telecom service provider have the facility of call center whereas customers can call the get clarifications for any queries. Stationery, this includes business cards, voucher, means, etc. designed for the customer's use and easy refer. Internet web page, customer are engaging use the internet for information such this the internet or a web page should be such that we provide the information that customer may require regarding the service such as pricing, availability, booking option. Ticket are the part of the physical events and affect customer prescription. Indian Railway, though its internet sites allow customers to book tickets online, follow its the delivering the tickets within 24 hours. Contract personal perspective. The contract person are a part of the service skill and also from a part of the service product. The appearance of the contract personnel, their clear lines, dress code, delivery forms, and interior and lasting impact on the customer description of the service. Mining physical events as a strategy. The unit has explained that how physical events can influence the people for purchase. It also affects the customer in their purchase decisions. This strategy management of the physical events of organizations can increase their probability. Cooperation visions, missions, and goals. The cooperation vision and missions goals direct the organization about the types of the service they want to deliver within service industry. Corporate strategy. This includes the strategy layout of the service, keeping in mind the visions, missions, and goal of the service organization. This except is cross-functional and involving finance, marketing, HR. Clarify roles of service scape, planning of the service scape, customer response, identify opportunity, update, and the modernize. Summary service beginning intangible great problem for both customers who are constantly looking at the cause of to overcome this service provider who want to get a favorable response from the customer. The service provider can overcome this by by the service scale. The process of strategy management of service keep in a continuous process and needs to be evaluated constantly. Customers are present at the time of delivery of service. Physical events thus is an important except of this the service PS of service market and mix. It communications with the customers along with the other elements of service marketing mix and helps them unit service. The importance of physical events is further highlighting by the fact that it affects customer satisfaction too. The unit brings for the importance of managing physical events. It determines the locations, atmosphere, and image. Operation customer use and contract personal perspective for designing physical event. Thus, by effectively managing the service state and organization can substitute influence customer sufficient decisions and satisfactions while purchasing the service. In this chapter, main question is as discussed the different physical events factor being used by airline industries. Discuss the new logo of Sandial. What are the different change made and why? As a customer compare for preparations about new values the old logo. Critically discuss the physical events feature dominance use in its outlets. Critical discuss the importance of magazine the physical events by a service organization. Choose any service organizers identify the current physical events. They are used and messages recommendations to manage customers' perception. Manage the service quality. In this chapter, one objective to understand the concept of quality, understand the different definitions of service quality, and understand how service quality improves customer satisfaction, understand how customer is receiving his service quality, understand how service quality can be improved for better service experience. Service quality is the concept of quality is not unique to service and has been around for many years. I discuss in the three sections. Quality primarily refers to meeting of standards of satisfaction. However, to the inherent and unique characteristics of service such as integrity, inseparability, reliability, etc. Uh, Certification delivery and consumption involves high levels of personalization due to involvement and acceptability of the service provided to customers. From the process, it becomes very difficult to qualify the factors that define service quality, which may be highly personal and customer specific. These five fish of quality can be summarized: transplant approach, product-based approach, next use-based approach, product-based approach, value-based approach, etc. Okay. Some type of these areas: service encounter, service design, service productivity, and service product corporate culture. Okay. Thank you.